Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the playthrough of Gran Turismo 4. Slowly but surely making our way through the game. I'm more and more inclined to really go for the 100%. We're still only at 44%. I have the feeling that it should be like 75% with all the races and events that we already completed. But yeah, somehow only 44%, probably because of the endurance races taking up a lot of percentage points, because they're like much longer than the other events. Anyways, we ended up last regional event, European event, and we ended up after the most weird episode ever, the previous episodes. We are now in the Tous France Championnat, French only championship, and 1 second, let's quickly start it and see what kind of cars are the competitors, so that we can find a nice balanced car, not too overpowered but also not too underpowered. Okay, we already did that. So it's the Rombbb, which I think is it are basically like kitchen sink or regular consumer cars, like the Peugeot 106, Renault Megane, yeah, also the Renault 5 Turbo actually. So we could use the turbo that we are in now. So maybe I will just do that. But also let's just quickly run through the French dealership. Or maybe I already did so. I'm actually not sure. We will have to do that. But anyways, what I was saying, previous episode was the most weird episode ever, because it started with doing 2 correction races from the episode before it, where I basically got so frustrated that I cheesed my way through 2 races, which afterwards didn't feel right. So I selected a more balanced car and redid them. And then I wanted to start this French championship, starting to go to the French dealerships to look for a suitable car. And then I noticed that all the car brands actually have like little car descriptions with a little tidbits of information on their history and then their scope, etc. And then somehow I totally got sidetracked and read out aloud all the descriptions of of all the car brands, which really were a lot. I managed to do it, I think, in it's like a 50-minute episode, or I think episodes is a bit longer, but I think it took me like almost an hour to read through all of them. Not that long, but that is also because the text scrolled, that is the description at the bottom of the screen, the scrolling speed was so ridiculously fast, I could hardly keep up reading it, but yeah, it also meant that the reading went relatively quickly. Anyways, that was a really weird episode, 2 correction races and then basically 15 minutes of reading. But now let's just continue the actual racing, making some progress. But I do have to go back to the French dealership. Wouldn't surprise me if I already went through it, but maybe not. Alright, so this is the Rombbb. That's also participating. I don't really like the styling. It looks a bit like a plastic kit car. But it does have probably a very low weight with 164 horsepower. So probably a good contender if you want to win. And then for the rest, I'm not sure. I don't think I went into all the dealerships yet. I just got a bit confused because I went through all these brands, so to say, not in them. But I selected them to be able to read their description in the previous episode. Like the text that you see at the bottom of the screen. That is what we read out for all the brands in the game in the previous episode. But now let's see what are the offerings. So we have Xantia. I find it such an ugly car. even if it's a good competitor, I will not be using it. Just like this one, just like this one. I really find Citroën styling, I find it, this looks like a waterhead. Totally disproportionate car, I would say. Same as this one. How ugly can you make your car? I really don't understand. This one is pretty cool, I have to admit. So, but yeah, we already did all the rally events and I'm probably not gonna spend 750k to buy this car. And it is not suitable for the current race series anyways. But then we have some classics. The Deux Chevaux, of course, epic car. We cannot buy it, we can only win it. Probably we will win it after this French championship. Good chance. It has like a full 11 horsepower, so that would be in the pocket. Check it out, by the way, that it appears in this car that not only the roof is like vinyl, or you can probably zip it open, but it extends all the way back to the trunk. Wouldn't surprise me if you can just remove the trunk and the roof all at the same time. Alright, Peugeot 106 is one of the competitor cars. This is a little, it's not a GTI, but a lighter model. Then the regular 106. Then the 206, also, I don't find it a fun little hatchback anymore. It's too big compared to the 205. Then the 307, just as ugly as the Citroëns. Then a 206 RC, that's like I think a bit the GTI equivalent. Not really my type of car. It's not that bad, but the 205 GTI is much more epic in my view. And then a rally car, pretty epic, but again, I already did all the rally events. Small chance that I will buy it. Or will have to buy it. Alright, the 205 T16. Road car, you cannot buy it, you can only win it. The rally car, we already have that one in the garage from the special condition events. Super epic. Only 345 horsepower. This is the Evolution 2 of it. So what's the difference? This one has way bigger aero. But for the rest they look quite similar. Probably the rear suspension, the open area there will also be more intricate and developed in this one. So check it out. Yeah, not really. It's cool that they did the initial one in the Evo 2. No, the whole suspension looks rear looks quite the same. It's mostly the aero package and the engine probably. From 345 to 449. Here, and this one, the hood seems to really fit tightly. In this one, the hood above the headlights, there are gaps over there that seem a little bit awkward. Seems like it doesn't really fit that well. But maybe that's a secret air intake or something, I have no idea. I do have the 205 GTI myself. I really like these cars. Alright, in real life I mean. It's waiting for when I have more time, I'm gonna restore it. Anyways, a 905 race car. Was not aware this one was in the game. Could be handy later on. Extremely expensive. Not as much horsepower as older race cars like the Nissan R89. Which has like 700 or so horsepower, but yeah, it looks pretty cool for a Le Mans racer. But not really much cars I find suitable for the race series that we will be doing. Also quickly checking the tune shop. Sometimes there are some dedicated. If the tuner is dedicated to the brands, there can, in some Japanese tuner menus, also have some cars hidden inside them. Alright, then we have the Alpine. Let's check the picture to the left. dashboards. The pictures in the background are also pretty cool always. Nice close-up shots of certain car parts. Alright, we have the Alpine A110 1600S, pretty damn cool car. Probably quite light, so the 138 horsepower still gets it moving. And it's not even that bad. From what I assume 1600S will be a 1.6 liter engine. 138 horsepower out of a 1.6 liter engine in 1973 is actually quite high output, I would say. Ah, we also have another one. Almost overlooked it. A newer one. No. This is also 73. I find that weird because this car looks much older styling wise than this one. Isn't this a mistake? I cannot imagine that this is also a 73 car. One moment, just quickly looking that up. So we do Alpine, what is it? A310. Yes, it's between 1971 and 76. So then we do the A110. (1963 to 77). Yeah, so this one is indeed, its origins is way older in the 60s. What I was expecting. But it just run much longer. Even still in production after this one got released. What I find weird is that this one has the same, even less output. It looks like a heavier car with less output. I don't understand why that would be an improvement over this one. Based on the specs as I see them here, I would for sure go with this one. But yeah, super cool car. Let's quickly see what the license plate says. Alpine Renault A310. Alright, then the Hummel we already did, the Pescarolo. There's nothing in the tune shop, nope. Oh shit, by the way, again, a cool engine pick to the left. Those open intake manifolds without air filters, pretty damn cool. Or with very minimal air filters probably. Alright, Pescarolo Courage, that's a race car. Also 500 horsepower-ish. 500-ish horsepowers. Not suitable for the race series that we're in. Let's quickly again look at the pictures at the top of the screen. So a distant pic of the car and a close-up of the PlayStation liveried Pescarolo Le Mans car. And then we have Renault. Right, we have a Megane, again, ugly car. All these French cars are ugly. If they have way too high windows to car ratios, in my view. Look at this side window, it's huge. 131 horsepower for such a big car. Nope. Renault Clio Sport, pretty cool car, although I like the Clio Williams that came before it much better. The green one, the Clio 16 valve Williams Sport or something. Then we have a Renault Avantime, weird concept car I think this is, or maybe this is a production car, I don't know. But totally not my kind of car. Again, totally out of proportion, if you ask me. Then we have a newer version V6 Clio with, I assume, the engine at the rear and rear wheel drive, mid-rear, yeah, engine in the middle, rear wheel drive, pretty cool, 250 horsepower, fun car. But I like this model, for instance, the one before it. So this is a 2000 model. This is 2003 and this is 2002. So the one just before, I like those Clios better, but I like the Williams Sport that I mentioned earlier was the Clio type before this one, I think. The first Clio generation. But yeah, this is a sports car, again weirdly without power specification, don't ask me why. But yeah, it could be a fun race car. I have to remember that for if some race car races come up later on. But for now, this could be an option, but it will be a bit overpowered compared to the rest of the field. Yeah, we could just also get a very boring Clio and try to win in that. That could be quite fun, of course. It has 170 horsepower. Let's just do that, just for fun. If we don't win, then we will just move over to the old Renault 5 Turbo, which probably is much lighter and more competitive. Oh wait, we still have to watch the classics and the background images. A Clio close up and an Avantime or whatever that is. Which one is that again? This one, the Megane. Boring car. Or they're not boring, but I just, they're quite unique, but I don't like them. Anyways, this is the Renault 5 Turbo. I think that we already have 160 horsepower, the same as the Clio approximately, but probably it's a bit lighter. And then we also have the rally car variant, the Maxi Turbo. I think that is the latest iteration of it, with 350 horsepower. The same as the T16 Peugeot 205, the initial generation. The Evo 2, it has 100 horsepower more. But this is also a pretty epic car. For me, I would probably still prefer the 205 just because of the road car design. I like it better than the road car Renault 5 design. But the Renault 5, I totally respect its epicness as well. And also it starts in one of the James Bond movies with Roger Moore. I think it was with Grace Jones in Paris near the Eiffel Tower. I don't remember, with the Zeppelin guy. Yeah. Which one was that? One moment. Not Live and Let Die. Not Moonraker. Alright, I will quickly look it up. Grace Jones 007. A View to a Kill. Pretty sure that is the movie where this car starred in, and it's just a super epic car. And also its rarity, you hardly ever see them. You see much more 205 GTIs in my experience, at least where I'm from. So from that perspective, I prefer the Renault 5 Turbo because of it's more unique, and it has such a more epic wide stance at the rear compared to the road-going 205 GTI. But yeah, for the rally cars, I would go with the T16, the 205 rally car. Anyways, let's see if our little Clio is able to compete in the Tous France Championship. I doubt it, but you never know. And I really prefer not to have too much of an overpowered car, because that really... I'm a little bit afraid of that Rombbb by Berlinette, because that really looks like a sports car, a kit car. But anyways, I prefer not to have too much of an overpowered car because that makes racing so boring if you're just 30 seconds in the lead, driving by yourself. Although at the same time, I do really need to make some progress. So I also cannot have too close racing and constantly losing races and having to redo them, because I do want to gold them all. So I will have to redo them until I gold them. But yeah, we still have so much to do. So I need to strike a balance between winning and not being too overpowered. According to the A-spec points, it should be quite doable. It's not that high of an A-spec point race, only 86 points. Right, I had to check my feedback, force feedback, whether it kicked in. Seems a bit light. I have no idea how many laps it actually is. Alright, that Rombbb doesn't seem to be that fast actually. So we seem to be going pretty okay. We are competitive, so that's nice. This could be a fun championship. Man, I'm not sure what's up with my wheel, but it seems to be much lighter force feedback than normal. I'm a little bit afraid when that Rombbb passes. Yeah, that's the problem. If he passes that first place car, that he will just totally take off. So it's just a matter of getting past the Rombbb and just keeping him behind me. Oh, fuck me. Alright, I'm not sure what's up with my force feedback. It doesn't feel responsive at all. It feels that there's like a big dead zone in the middle. Alright, I have no idea how many laps. But we're going pretty well. Probably should have shifted down a bit. This car actually handles quite okay for an FF car, front engine, front drive. And that Rombbb is now in second place. It's not even gaining that quickly, so that's also good. Because I'm a little bit afraid of upcoming races with long straights where that Rombbb may just totally get away into the distance. Yeah, shit, you see? It is catching up quickly. I should have taken the Rombbb probably. But yeah, now we have a bit of... Alright, so it's 4 laps. At least now we have a bit of... competition or challenge. And we are actually also in this section getting away quite well. And this is where he catches up, I think. Not that much. I really was a little bit worried about that Hummel, but it's not that quick actually. This is the section where he does catch up. You can actually thrash this car around, it's quite fun. Quite enjoyable, or how do you say it? You can thrash this car around quite funnily. I'm looking for the adverb of, or I don't even know the words that I'm looking for. Adverb, or it's not an adverb. I'm looking for the adjective to a verb. So, indicating that you can thrash it around in a fun manner. So you can say, oh shit, you do have to pay attention to the roads, but you can thrash it around not funnily. Funnily is not what I want to say. I want to say thrash it around enjoyably. I think that's what I wanted to say. Alright, the car does have a little bit, oh, we are already there. Has a little bit of understeer, but not too bad. Alright, let me up the force feedback strength a bit. I can do that on the wheel itself. It is a very nice wheel, I have to say. I'm really cost a lot of money, but it really is worth it. What I'm getting out of it from enjoyment perspective. Also, just the amount of hours that I've already been using it, and it's rock solid. The Logitech G Pro, amazing wheel. Alright, here I'm a little bit afraid of this one actually. Alright, only one lap, and here really the question is, do we have the world top speed to keep up with that Hummel, who is now starting in first place? Do I want to extend my gearing? Probably not, right? I really did not yet tweak with these settings at all actually, and I don't think with the standard gearbox we can even adjust the gearing, or can we? Nope. Makes sense. Alright, let's just hope that the Clio has a bit of speed in it. I do like these regional events, the Italian races, the British ones. It really gives you an appreciation of what each country's automotive industry produces, which is really, for each country, quite unique and impressive. Even though I don't really like these French cars mostly, except the Renault 5 and the 205 Peugeot, those are incredible. But even so, I do respect French cars for what they are. They are unique. Just like British cars, Italian cars. Although it has to be said that, well, nice, the Rombbb spun out. So nice. Because I was afraid it would get into the lead too much. I think that really, if that wouldn't have happened, I think I would not be able to win. Because I really saw him going way too quick. Alright, but now the AI is bumping me. Anyways, what I wanted to say about cars from all the countries. Shit, he's actually gaining. How come it's... Holy shit, fuck that guy. Oh, so I don't have a fast car at all. And that Rombbb also is not very quick. It's all the way back there. Anyways, what I was saying is that... Man, this is a fun race. In Clio's on the Le Mans circuit. Doesn't get much better than that. Just for pure fun perspective. In a little hatchback racing across the over the Le Mans straights. Alright, now they're suddenly not that fast anymore. I don't understand. But whatever. What I did notice while reading all the brand descriptions in the previous episodes is that although still many countries' cars look unique, like the Ferraris, the Japanese cars, etc. But what I was surprised about is there were quite a lot of brands where I was not aware that they were parts of like a bigger car conglomerate. For instance, Japanese cars partnering with General Motors, or little sports cars being part of a much bigger automotive group. There's a lot of consolidation going on in the automotive world. But still, and probably now even more so than when this game came out in 2004. But still, it's very nice, these regional events, to just appreciate all the cars from all the different countries, regardless of who owns them. Anyways, I do see that Rombbb back there, I think. There it is, yeah, I really have to be careful about it. But it's still almost spinning out again. Pretty funny. Yeah, it's not really overtaking that black Clio, or is it now? No. It wants to, but it... Yeah, now it did. Alright, but anyways, what I wanted to say is, if that Rommbb wouldn't have spun out, I don't think I would have won this one. Assuming I will win it and don't spin out over here. I think the Rommbb may have, yeah, I think it again spun out. It's not second, it was on the straight section, it was in second place. I think now a red car is in second place. Yeah, who is also spinning out. Alright, very fun, these cars spinning out. Normally I would love to watch the replay, but we also have to make a bit of progress. It would be great if I can just do this whole championship in this episode. Assuming it's a 5-race championship, I'm not sure. Alright, for this one I quickly have to change the renderer to DirectX 12, which I think has slightly worse reflections than Vulkan, but it doesn't have any slowdown, which the Vulkan renderer has a lot in these night races. Right, for this one I really need to remember the track, because I always mix up, yeah shit, that Rommbb is in front again. I always mix up the tight corners with the fast corners, and then either I brake too little or I brake too much. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. I'm really happy with those, oh sorry, first 2 wins, because that could really get me the championship, because this is what I was afraid of with that Rommbb just blasting away. Although it does appear that we are maybe catching up a little bit. Yes, because it's again going wide. Right, if it's 2 laps, I think we may have a chance. Three laps even. Alright, we do have a chance. Here, this is what I mean. Totally forget this is the sharp corner. Otherwise I could have gotten him. But here we come. Rommbb. Right, I'm lifting off there, which is totally not needed. Right, hoping that he again will spin out here. Yes, there he goes. But he's taking me with him. Motherfucker. And you see, he is quite quicker than the Clio. Man, it would be nice if I can win it, otherwise I have to redo the race. And not that it's that bad, but... he's just bull riding over there. One sucker. Anyways, it just is a bit of wasted time otherwise. Nee, Pamuk! Fuck me, my cat was on the screen. Come on! Right, we do have a chance here. Nee, Pamuk! Pamuk! Alright, if he goes wide there again, which I think he did because I don't hear him anymore, we have a good chance of winning. Yes, very nice. Alright, it was a fun race. Done in the pockets, and let's quickly turn the renderer back to Vulkan, like so. Man, this is a fun little championship. It's really balanced. It's not totally ridiculous cars. Alright, where are we? Grand Valley Speedway reverse. I always mix these Grand Valley and midfields and Apricot Hill. I always mix all those courses up. Alright, I totally screwed up my fucking launch there. Alright, hoping that it's 3 laps. Check out that Rombbb, he's just a goner, motherfucker. Right, so we are reverse. Which I didn't drive that much yet, or ever. I'm not sure, but oh fuck me, man! Costing so much time behind these mother suckers, and the Rombbb is a goner. Oh, fuck these fuckers. Right, now hoping that the Rombbb will be slow through certain sections. Sometimes the AI is inexplicably slow through certain sections. But I'm afraid he is not really extremely slow. He just keeps the pace. I'm afraid this will be a second place. Right, 2 laps or 3 laps? 3. Yeah, what a waste of time. I will not win it. And I have to play it again afterwards. Man, this is a pretty long race if you have to replay it. And the question is, will I ever even win it with that Rombbb in there? Holy shit, you can have snap oversteer in this car. Alright, now I'm really screwing it up myself. Way too much liftoff. Fuck me. Right, very annoying race to be honest. Only one way to win it, and that is get in front as quickly as possible. And don't screw up the launch like I did. Just don't have to rule speed, to be honest. Lifting off when it's not needed, so annoying. Just because I don't know the track. I know it generally, but not the exact braking points, etc. in this car. Or any other car for that matter. Man, annoying. This is such a long race. Probably have to do it a couple of times before I can win this one. On the other hand, the grid will be randomized. When I revisit this race, but I will look now what is on screen. Clio, Peugeot, Megane, Clio, Citroën and the Rombbb. I will for sure, just to keep it fair. When I revisit the race, I also want a Rombbb in the mix there. So I don't feel like cheesing through it, like randomizing restarting the race until you get like a super slow competitors in the grid. That's not my aim. So if I revisit it after the championship and I don't see a Rombbb, I will just restart it until I see a Rombbb there. Alright, but very good thing that I won those first three, because the car is quicker than Rombbb, and also in this track I'm sure it will be first place again. So the points I won at the start really come in handy now. Only thing I can hope for is that the Rombbb again spins out, but you can hardly spin out on this track. Here, this is what I mean, the Rombbb is just a goner, motherfucker. Unless it spins out, but I'm really not keeping my hopes up. Probably 4 laps again. God damn it, I have to redo all these races. 3 laps. And this one is actually more annoying, because I think that whatever it was, Grand Valley or something, I think I can win that one if I quickly catch him. Just after the start, but with this one, in this course, you really cannot take him. Right at the start, because You're like in a train. There's not really much room to cut corners. Not that I really want to win by cutting corners. But yeah, this is, I don't see, even if I replay this race often, I don't really see, maybe if I really get to know the track and where I can gain a couple of seconds, I could win it, but would also not surprise me if this is pretty unwinnable. With the Rombbb in first place. Although it does seem it's not like he is increasing his lead or anything. But yeah, I'm also not really gaining. I'm actually gaining a bit, actually. I can win this, I think. But that means you really have to drive a perfect race. I'm actually... I gained quite a bit over there. But now he's again totally off in the distance. But yeah, we are 4.8 seconds behind. We were 5.5 seconds behind or something. So it is possible to gain on him. But this will be quite tricky doing this, I think. But I am going to try. Right, if I don't win anything, the last no points and he gets first place, he wins the championship. Wow, that was a pretty cool song, by the way. I shouldn't have pressed that away. Oh, this was the whole championship? Alright. I thought we had another race to go. Alright, let's see if we won a cool car. Alright, either the Deux Chevaux or the... yeah, it's the Deux Chevaux. And the other car I was thinking about was... I don't even remember. There was one other car that I was thinking could be the reward car. Let's quickly check that out. No, it was not the Renault. I already had that one. Nothing here. It was not the Pescarolo. It was not the Rombbb. I think here you cannot buy these cars. You can really not buy a lot of cars. I think I was expecting that the regular road going, this one, maybe could be the prize car. Yeah, not these. I don't know, I really was like, in my head I had like 2 cars that we could win. The Deux Chevaux indeed. Yeah, I think the either the road going T16 or the road going Renault 5. Anyways, we won the Deux Chevaux. Let's see quickly if I can win those races. I doubt it. But this could become quite frustrating actually. But let's see how far we get. Alright, now we have an F1 team. Yeah, but we don't have the Rombbb. We want the Rombbb in there. Otherwise it is a little bit apples and oranges. We want a pretty similar race to what we lost before. Nope. God damn it, what's up? No homos participating. The dice need to be rolled just correctly. I don't have like endless time, it's just during the work week. Fuck me, man. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe that Rombbb only enters when you do a championship? I have no idea. Right, we'll try. If I don't get it in within 3 tries, I will just start a championship and see if it then is included. And then I will just cancel the first couple of races. But the problem is if you start a championship, then you cannot easily restart the race. You can only... What the hell, man? Is this the exact same field? No, it's not the exact same field all the time. Because initially there also was like this Avant team in there, which is not there anymore. So I do think it is randomized each time I enter, but it seems pretty damn the same all the time. Here, now there's Xantia. But that Rommel just is not participating. That is maybe because it is indeed a quicker car or something, and that it's only put in the championship, and then the first time, couple of races, it's artificially slow, and then in the last races it will be quicker to make it an exciting championship. I don't know. But it's just not participating at all anymore. Alright, I will try one more time and then we go the championship route. No, Avanteam is now in there, but no Rombbb. That's weird. Now we do the championship. Man, this is taking way too much time just to get a gold cup under similar circumstances. No Rombbb. Nice, there it is. Alright, and for the rest, I would say pretty much the same, although now we also have a 2003 206 RC, which I think is much quicker car than the Rombbb and our car together. Oh, fuck me, I cannot... Alright, we have to start the race. And then we have to exit the race. This is way too convoluted because the problem is that I will probably need a couple of attempts to win the races. So then I need to do all this stuff. Just to get here. You see the Rombbb is winning everything. Just to get to the race that I want to replay. That's super annoying. Alright, here we go. So I think the Monaco will take more attempts than this one. This one, if I'm lucky, I can maybe catch him. But it will all depend on how quickly I can get past these cars. That Rombbb is just a goner, man. This really doesn't help what I'm doing now. Alright, I don't need to lift over there. Probably here, neither. Fuck me. I'm just being overcautious. Alright, let's see what the split time is and if I can reduce it at least. I'm fucked, I would say. It's the same as the first race, he's just a goner. Alright, 4.5. Okay, this way I will not win it. Fucking. I wanted to really take that corner super quick, but that didn't work. Let's at least check out Monaco, which is immediately afterwards. I actually wanted to cancel out and redo whatever the name is of that one. I forgot the name of that circuit. Is it Grand Valley Speedway? I don't even remember. But yeah, this one is immediately after, so otherwise we'll have to do that whole roulette again. Trying to get the Rombbb in the field. Alright, but for this one I noticed I can gain on him. So if I do that right from the start, maybe it's enough to win. But you really need to keep the pace right from the start. There it is, all the way in the distance. I think I'm not going to bother. I'm just gonna either race it with a different field or get a Rombbb myself. Because this is just not a fair matchup. Although it is a nice challenge. And the harder the challenge, the more rewarding the win. Alright, so we are exactly where we were before. 5.5 seconds behind. And I managed to get it back to 4.5 in the first attempt. But yeah, I don't think it's enough. And again, I don't have endless time, so if I wouldn't have had a job, I would just stay at it until I get it. But unfortunately, I'm not in such a fortunate position. Although I do really think that I'm actually gaining a bit on him. At least in that hairpin section. Yeah, he's really getting away on the straights. And I'm way too much braking over here. Yeah, I screwed it up there. I really was gaining. And you can get to him, I think, if you run a faultless race. I do think you can get to him on this track. But I'm just not running a faultless race. I had it down to 3.2 seconds. And I'm sure it's more now. Way too much braking there, such a tricky corner. Yeah, now it's 3.9. Fuck it. Fuck it. So I'm just going to gold these races. I've had it. I don't have time for this shit. Sorry. Normally I really would. I remember also in GT7 I had one race where I was in a similar situation and I kept at it for I don't know how many episodes and finally managed to win. Sometimes you have to also have a bit of luck. Because there's some randomization in how the AI tackles each race. But that I would love to do it, but I don't have the time. So what can I do? So I will just, if that homo is there or not, I'm just going to drive it and goal it. So the homo is not there. Fuck it. See you later, homo. But now we're driving against a Clio V6. Yeah, that is just also not fair. 2 Clio V6, are you crazy? That are 250 horsepower cars. We have 160 horsepower. This is not winnable. Sorry. The whole matchup doesn't even make sense, to be honest. It's just retarded. Why would you put a 250 horsepower car against a 160 horsepower car? Alright, this seems to be a fair matchup. Still find it a bit weird how other cars are so much quicker. Here, this is a much more even race. Right, so I maybe feel a little bit like cheesing my way through, but also on the other hand not at all, because it just was a totally unfair matchup with that Rombbb and also that last race with 2 Clio V6s. It just doesn't make any sense. This little rally in front is still quite quick actually. But yeah, I had to stick it in the little gap over there. That sounded a little bit dirty, but that's not how I meant it. I had to stick it in the little gap over there. Alright, at least one race in the pockets. Assuming we don't screw up. Which is still very much possible, although not that likely, because the car really handles quite nicely. Very stable. Right, way too much lift off from my side. But whatever. Alright, I learned my lesson over here. You do need to brake a bit more. Last time I went totally wide when I kept it in 5th there. I do actually like Grand Valley Speedway. Initially I was like, yeah, it's all very similar to Midfield and to Apricot, but they all have their own uniqueness. I do like this one. It has a little bit of everything. It has like a bridge, it has a couple of tunnels, it has a long straight, there's a lot of narrow corners. I actually like it. Also cool, you see the BP signs. How many real-life companies decided to sponsor or basically buy advertisement space in this game? At least I assume they paid for it. Like Kestrel over there. Or maybe Polyphony Digital had to pay those brands to be in the game, but I cannot imagine that. At this time Gran Turismo was already pretty huge. So I think the tables turned and the automotive product manufacturers actually had to pay Polyphony to be in the game. Alright, last lap. a little bit distracted over there by the trees above the tunnels. In 4K they are actually quite sharp. I'm curious how this game indeed was on the PS2 with sharpness of graphics compared to this 4K emulator. I think on the PS2 with a good nice TV it was still pretty good. But really, sometimes if you look at these tree models, the leaves, etc., they really look quite sharp. Alright, in the pockets, gold race, thank you very much. And then quickly also do Monaco, or Côte d'Azur as it's called in this game. Not sure why they don't just call it Monaco. How do you say Monaco? Monaco in English. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's get a matchup in Monaco without the Clio V6. And if the Hummel is there, I will keep it in because I will probably just no Hummel, no V6. They're just too overpowered. Here, this is, the 206 RC could be quite quick. For the rest, it looks like a decent matchup. I'm a little bit worried about that 206, but it's behind the 106, so it will be that it cannot pass, and then we will be able to pass both of them. Like the 106 will be holding up the 206. Right, using a little bit of slipstreaming if you don't mind. And squeezing my way through if you don't mind. Ah, there they are already. That's, no. The 106 is a little bit further. But the 206 we can hopefully catch sooner than I was expecting. Because this car, I think on paper, should be quicker than the car that we're driving. And here we go. Was not expecting that to work. Alright, so this is a fun little challenging race. It's a bit weird how quick that 106 suddenly is. Shouldn't be that quick, I guess. I mean, has a lot less horsepower than our car, I guess. Of course, maybe lighter as well. I'm sure we have a chance. At least a better chance than against the Hummel. 1 second. I have like this game cover to direct the air from the wheel. I'm not sure actually whether it's actively cooled, but away from the microphone, and it fell on the ground. But we're now back at it. Here we come. Right. Don't mind my slipstream, sir. God damn it. It's like a little rocket, that 106. But here we go. See you later, sucker. Right. It didn't give in yet. Just a little bit. God damn it, totally screwed up that corner. Anyways, we are still in the lead. It was just a little bit stubborn, the little 106. Alright, I need to keep focused. Somehow I'm losing my focus now. Alright, we're good. One more lap. Such a cool track as well for a PS2 game. It's amazing. The color tone of the skybox, of the brick and mortar, that sandy color of the buildings, it is just all spot on compared to real life. Monaco. Right. Here we go. Also pretty nice at Le Mans and this circuit, and the first one I think as well was Paris, I think, are all circuits in France itself. So let's just watch one lap of French cars racing through Monaco. Of course it's not really French, but it is 90% French. But let's watch some cars racing through a French town. Man, I still remember playing this 19 years ago and being amazed by the graphics. Alright, let's watch the replay until we are in first place. Which I think happens in this lap, I'm not sure, but I think I catch him on top of the hill somewhere. Man, so cool, these totally regular. They're all quite special, like it's the little 106 Rally, but there are also some really regular cars in here, and that is what makes Gran Turismo so cool. That you can race like your own car, so to say. That's amazing. They are not all supercars and hypercars. This is what it's all about. This is what Gran Turismo understood better than any other game developer, racing game developer, and this is what gave them their competitive edge and the huge lead in brand recognition and fan appreciation compared to other racing games. I think it's the attention to detail, the graphics, but also the car roster itself. Just amazing. Driving, there are so many people that drive a Renault Clio in real life. It's so cool being able to race it around the chicane at the bottom of the tunnel in Monaco. That's just not that many games give you that opportunity. Right, let's just end this lap. There we go. Alright, very nice. So we, in this episode, browsed the French dealerships, won the French championship, and redid 2 of the races to gold them. So I would say pretty productive episode. Although really it's almost like probably in time length 2 episodes. So it really means like doing sometimes one of these events really takes more than 1 episode. Anyways, we will next episode Euro Classic Car League, looks pretty cool. Then Euro Hot Hatch League. And then this will probably be the first one that I will B-spec. Because unfortunately I don't have time to do 1600 kilometers. And then after that some German leagues. And after that we will be doing the one-make races and then the endurance races. And that should then probably complete the game. Anyways guys, hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next one. For the meantime, don't forget always to keep on gaming. Later.